The Royal Rumble has finished, and it's officially the road to WrestleMania. Man, this is the best time to be a fan. WWE's been on fire lately. To be for real, this is the best time I've ever seen them. And I believe that this WrestleMania has potential to be historic. There's so much potential, so many dream matches, so many stories to be told, stories to be finished, dreams to be completed, conquerors to get conquered. So sit back, relax, and I'm gonna be giving y'all my dream booking for WrestleMania 40. This changed all my plans. Not even just that, I'm hurt. I wanted Punk vs. Rollins. Honestly, I wish him a very speedy recovery, cause he'll definitely be missed. Now since it won't be Rollins vs. Punk, that means we need a new World Heavyweight Championship match for WrestleMania. And this is where the Elimination Chamber match comes in clutch. This match will give us Seth Rollins' opponent for WrestleMania 40. In the match, we got the returning Andrade, starting it off with main event Jey Uso. Also we got the Viking Raider Ivar, the one who wants to win in front of fans, Drew McIntyre, and the people's favorite hero, Sami Zayn. Everyone here so far is a part of Monday Night Raw, except the last contestant. It was the worst brother of the year, Jimmy Uso. Somehow Paul Heyman made a deal for Jimmy to be in a match. Jimmy got to be in the chamber, only cause Roman had to fight later that night. Once the match started, it started off hot. Jey and Andrade was cooking, and the crowd was loving every part of it. Then Ivar came in dominating for a little, then Sami did his thing and the crowd was behind him. Everyone and their mama wanted him to win, but so was Andrade. We saw him get a big elimination on Ivar. Andrade was reminding everyone who he really is. But then reality hit, and Drew McIntyre took over the match. He hit everyone with claymores, and then eliminated Andrade. Then Jimmy came out, and he started fighting, and he saw that Jey was weak, cause he started the match off. So, this guy super kicked Jey, and then he hit him with a Uso splash. Bro, that was it for Jey. He got eliminated. Now the last three in the match was Sami, Drew, and Jimmy. They all got so much history, but only one is gonna win. They all started fighting. We got Sami spearing Drew through pods, and he even hit Jimmy with a haluva kick that actually eliminated him. Now it was a one-on-one, and these two wanted all the smoke. It was personal, and it got brutal in seconds. It started to get hard to watch. Eventually, Drew hit Sami with the last claymore, and it was over. Drew McIntyre is getting his WrestleMania match against Seth Rollins. On the next Monday Night Raw, we got the face-off between Rollins and Drew. Drew was happy he got back to where he belonged. But then Sami interrupted, and he wanted one more chance. He felt like he deserved to be in this match, and every fan felt the same way. We all wanted him to get his moment. So Sami started to attack Drew. They both went crazy. No one could believe it. And it was announced that these two would have one last match. And if Sami won, it would turn into a triple threat match at WrestleMania. This match gave us everything you would expect. It was fast, it had the moments, and it was awesome. Sami kept fighting and fighting. He didn't give up. He needed this opportunity. He gave Drew a real fight. And when everyone least expected it, he got a roll-up pin on Drew. And Sami shocked the world. Drew couldn't believe it. Now it's gonna be Rollins versus McIntyre versus Zayn for the World Heavyweight Championship. And it's gonna be a banger. Now for the next championship match, it starts back at the Royal Rumble, when Cody Rhodes became the first wrestler in 26 years to win the Royal Rumble back to back. And for the road to WrestleMania, Cody would talk about how Reigns is a part-timer now, and how he promises he'll take it all from Roman and finish his story. But first, Reigns has to hold his end of the deal and defend his title at Elimination Chamber against Randy Orton. Randy wanted his redemption from the Royal Rumble. He felt like he got robbed by Solo Sikoa, and man, he really did. So he finally got his one-on-one chance against Roman Reigns. And this match wasn't what you expected. It was bad. Roman didn't need Solo. He didn't need Jimmy or even the Wise Man. Roman actually showed us a more vicious and aggressive side of him. He hit Randy with spears, Superman punches, and got a dominant, clean win over him. And after the match, Roman told everyone this is only the beginning, and later this year, he's gonna be breaking Hulk Hogan's record, and that means he will be beating Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania 40. Yo, Cody vs Roman 2 is gonna be legendary. So the WrestleMania main event night 2 is booked. So let's do the night 1 main event. For the Women's Royal Rumble, Bayley won it for the first time. She finally got her big moment, and now it was time for her to pick who she was gonna fight at WrestleMania. But before she could even do it, Dakota Kai came out. She told Bayley, "We don't need you anymore, so pick us." Out of nowhere, the Kabuki Warriors attacked Bayley, and this was sad. It was 2004 all over again, and Io ended it with a moonsault. Damage Control actually did it. They let go of their leader, and they became more dominant than ever. But for weeks, it kept getting more brutal and intense between Io and Bayley. So Bayley promised that she was gonna end all of this, that she's gonna beat Io at WrestleMania and humble Damage Control at the night 1 main event of WrestleMania 40. Meanwhile, after Randy lost to Roman at Elimination Chamber, things weren't the best for him. Randy's road to WrestleMania was over. His return failed. He's not even gonna have a match at WrestleMania until John Cena. It's perfect. The history is already there. So let's have Cena vs Randy one more time at a place they never had a one-on-one. WrestleMania. It's April 6, 2024. It's the night 1 of WrestleMania 40. All the fans are ready, and we're at the grandest stage in the mall. So we gotta open this night off with the Judgment Day. This would be an awesome callback to 2011. The Judgment Day would get booed out the arena, and this would be so much fun. Truth would be trying to get his get back on the Judgment Day, and every fan would be behind him. So I would have Awesome Truth actually get the win and become the new Undisputed Tag Team Champions. It would be a happy start to WrestleMania. And that was only the beginning, because the megastar is making his WrestleMania debut against Logan Paul for the US Championship. This match would be amazing. This match would be great storytelling. You got one of the biggest heels in the company trying to take down one of the biggest baby faces in wrestling today. Someone who's still waiting on their moment. And no, winning a Slim Jim Battle Royal isn't good enough. LA Knight wants to take the title from Logan Paul, and this would be special because I see LA Knight finally getting his WrestleMania moment and finally holding some gold on the main roster. Then on the same night, we would get the match that everyone's been wanting to see. And this match would be intense. This would be their first one-on-one ever. These are two people no one ever thought would fight each other, but jealousy and envy got in between them. And Jimmy would try to show everyone that he's just as good as Jay, and that he's not a joke. But it wouldn't matter. Jay would show Jimmy the real reason they call him Main Event Jay Uso. Jay didn't want to do it, but he had to. And after the match, I would have them hug it out because, come on, it's the Usos. We need them back together. But now the happy endings are over because the Dream Killer is here. The one who took CM Punk away from us, Drew McIntyre. He's ready to win the big one, in front of fans this time. And the World's Heavyweight Championship match is ready. McIntyre, Zayn, and Rollins are all ready to fight. They wanted all the action. Sammy wanted to go back-to-back at WrestleMania. Rollins wanted to solidify his championship reign. But Drew needed to win the big one in front of fans. After he had the best run of his career in the pandemic era, he finally got his moment that he's been grinding for. In front of the fans. Now we're at the main event of night 1. We got the Royal Rumble winner Bayley trying to take it all from Io Sky. This is the same Io that Bayley brought up with her, so yeah, this match was personal. This was the teacher versus student, the coach versus the player. Nah, the Jedi versus the Padawan. This was just insane. These two tore the house down, and these two gave us a banger. Man, they were just going move for move, but at the end, the Jedi had the high ground, and Bayley did it. She main evented WrestleMania and won the Women's Championship in the same night. Now we head into night 2, and night 2 gives us everything you would expect. We started off with none other than the ring general, Gunther, and he would put his title on the line against Andrade. This would be a special match to start night 2 with, cause man, these two would just cook. They would put on an amazing match, an instant 5-star classic on the opener. But at the end, Gunther saves up all his finishers and keeps his Intercontinental Heavyweight Championship. For the next match, we got the dream match most fans like me been waiting for. Jade Cargill vs Bianca Belair. This is a match that most fans want. Two powerhouses that are so alike, so I will have this match go crazy. I'm talking table spots, kickouts at 2.99, and just 2 stars going back and forth. But at the end, I will have Jade Cargill get the big win, and she would shock the world. Now this match would be a callback for all the early 2000s kids. The ones that grew up watching Randy and Cena fight every night. But this time, it was the last one. Bro, these two would give us everything. Cena would be trying to win his first pay-per-view one-on-one match since forever. And Randy would be trying to get that last big win against Cena at the grandest stage of them all. And the stories these two could tell in this match would just be amazing. But for the last one, I would have Randy end their feud with an RKO. And this would be sad. This would feel like an end of an era. Next up, we got the Women's World Heavyweight Championship match. And for this one, it would be Rhea Ripley versus Becky Lynch versus Liv Morgan. And just saying that out loud gets me hyped every time. This triple threat match would be insane. It would really be so much fun. They would give us crazy spot after crazy spot, and I'll be all for it. But to end the match, I would have Rhea Ripley retain her championship. Cause mommy's always on top. But now it's time for the end. This is where the games are done. This is where the jokes are finished. This is where things get serious. Rhodes vs Reigns 2. Cody is trying to finish the story for his father, for his legacy. And Roman is trying to keep the Undisputed Championship Roman is trying to pass Hulk Hogan and then Bruno Sammartino for the longest reigning champion in wrestling history. And to be honest, Roman's reign has been great. Even though the past year he's been a part-timer and his matches have been ending the same way, Roman's whole tribal chief era is something that brought me back into wrestling. So this run will always be at a good place in my heart. But not tonight, cause I lost my smile. So I'm gonna be having Cody Rhodes finish his story. He's gonna hit Roman with every crossroads, every cutter, everything. Cause Cody's finishing his story tonight. Whether you like it or not, sorry Roman fans, but it's time.